everyone, I'm Jenna. Welcome back to another movement flow where we'll be incorporating elements of Pilates and yoga as well as breathwork and a little meditation. If you didn't see part one of this video, I would definitely recommend checking that out, where I go into somatic movement for nervous system regulation. And that's a wonderful way to begin this practice so that you can start your movement flow feeling aligned, balanced, and regulated. So we're going to use a theraband today. There are so many options for this, and I actually do like the theraband brand because you really just know what you're getting. I like these black ones. I can link them below in the description. But if you don't have a theraband, you can use a yoga strap, or even try using the strap of your robe, just something that you can use for support. And you can always pick one of these up for a few bucks. They're really easy to find. Any sporting goods shop should also have these. So we're going to go ahead and start by lying on our backs. So go ahead and lay down. So as we come to lying down on our back, we're just going to start breathing in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and out the mouth. It can be very relaxing and soothing for your nervous system to make that audible sound out your mouth. So see if you can really allow yourself to make that sound kind of like a tea kettle hissing. You can liken it to the sound of the ocean waves. Beginning to count the breath now, we're going to inhale through the nose for the count of 4 and exhale out the mouth for the count of 8. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A few more on your own like that. Breathing in through the nose and out the mouth. Very nice. As you're ready, we're going to go ahead and take our theraband and take your hands about shoulder width on the band. Keep your ribs heavy on the mat and take a deep breath in. You're going to pull on the band as you slowly bring your arms back so that your ears line up with your biceps. And then slowly float your arms back up to the ceiling. And we'll do that a few times like that. And just notice the response of your rib cage as your arms are moving back. We want to just notice that and see if we can create a little more stillness in the rib cage, softness in the chest and the back body, so that just our arms are moving, and this really allows our lower back to relax when we do this. As you're pulling on the band, you're not pulling as hard as you can. You're just pulling a little bit, enough, so that you can feel the activation of the muscles around your underarm area. And you can also feel length. Ribs are lengthening away from your pelvis. Beautiful. Now we're going to start to add the right leg's going to lift. Holding there. On your exhale, reach your right leg forward as your arms reach back. Bend your knee back in. So on the exhale, leg reaches forward, arms go back, and pull the knee in as the arms come back up. Exhale, leg reaches long, arms go back. And again, just notice the rib cage. And you want to soften the ribs into the mat. We're going to go one more here. And then we're going to add on, the leg is going to lift as the band taps your shin. The leg lowers, the arms go back. So this movement creates more of a pull on your spine. So you're working a little harder. You're working more in your abs, drawing the abdominal wall in as the arms and legs are moving. We're going to go two more. Beautiful. And last one. Good. Let's take a moment to just notice the difference we feel between the right leg and the left leg. Good. And as you're ready, let's go ahead and switch sides. So your pelvis is heavy on both sides. Leg will lift. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, the arms reach back, the leg reaches forward, and you inhale to pull everything back in. So you're keeping the ribs connected to the hips as you're moving the arm and the leg. Feel that leg pulling in, drawing in. You have a gentle pull on that band, just enough to activate those underarm muscles. We're going to add the leg lifts, tap the band to your shin. So if you can't get your leg all the way up, that's fine. No worries there. You can just lift the leg as high as it feels good. And you can just bring your arms a little closer to your leg if that's the case for you. Very nice. And let's do one more like that. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bring that leg down. Give your arms a little rest. Very nice. And from there, we're going to bring the band around our feet. So we'll have our heels together, our feet apart. Holding the band, you're going to press your legs out and pull your legs in. Exhale, press out, squeeze your legs together and pull in and press and pull. So you're really squeezing those inner thighs together as you push out into that band, drawing your abdominal wall in, keeping the feet, we call this the Pilates V, where your feet are in a little V and your heels stay together. And continue to feel that push-pull, which can be very soothing for our systems, to allow the energy to move through our bodies by pushing into the band and pulling in. Some days you may need a little more push, some days a little more pull. Just notice what your body is sensing and what feels good for you to emphasize. Let's go one more here. And good. So if you've never done those before, probably feeling your inner thighs working a lot. So that is great. So now we're going to put the foot in the band and take the knee out to the side. Your other leg can go down. We're going to do that same movement here with a single leg. And you can place your left hand on your hip to encourage a little bit more weight on that left side of your pelvis, as the tendency will be to roll the weight towards the right hip. Beautiful. And we're going to go two more like this. So on this one, we're working a little bit more on hip mobility as we take the knee into that external rotation, but you're probably still feeling your inner thighs working, so that's good. Our adductor muscles. And so we're going to go ahead and switch sides when you're ready. Place the band around your left foot, stretch your right leg long, bend the knee out to the sides of the knees, pointing towards your shoulder. You're going to press straight out and bend the knee to go back towards that single frog position. And each time you're straightening the leg, you're going to about the same line as your hip socket. So each time the leg straightens, ankle, knee, hip are all lined up. Good. We're going to do 3 and 2 and 1. Awesome. All right, so let's just keep the band around this foot and do a stretch here, and then we'll do the other side. So we're just going to pull down on the balls of the toes, stretching your hamstrings and your calf muscles. Really pull down as much as it feels good. Everyone's body's different. You may need a little more slack in the band, so try to find the position where you can keep your knees straight. It might be down here, depending on the length of your hamstrings. It may be all the way up here. So find the position that feels good for you. So you can take your other leg up and put it right in that band and take the other leg down, switching sides and pulling down on the balls of the toes, reaching your heel up to the ceiling, feeling that stretch in your calf. And breathing here. And then we're going to take both feet in the band, pulling the band, lower the legs, and lift the legs, keeping the ribs connected to the mat. So now both legs go down, both legs go up, both legs go down, both legs go up. And just go as far as it feels supportive. You don't want your back to feel discomfort or pain in this position as your legs are lowering. So that's why we work on the back stability for this reason, so that your back can stay more neutral. It can stay the same as your legs are lowering. We'll do 2 more. And last one. Very nice. And then we're going to go ahead and just hold either side of the band. You can adjust it as you need to. So your feet are in the center. You're going to bend your knees in, push straight out. Bend your knees in and press. And tune into your feet. Notice what you are sensing in your feet. Notice the sensations of your feet as you push into the resistance of the band. You want to feel like you're pushing into the big toe balls of your feet. And for the next few, we're going to choke up on the band a little bit and lift the head and shoulders up, looking to our belly button. Reach the legs out, pull the knees in. So if this doesn't feel good in your neck, then feel free to go back to the variation that we were just doing with your head down. 3 more. And 2. Relax those shoulders down your back. And 1. Push and pull. Very good. Come on down and take a break. Let's go ahead and now take that theraband and tie it around the legs. You can make a bow or a knot. Much easier to get a bow undone. You want enough tension on the band to where you can separate your feet about the distance of your outer hips. You'll have your arms heavy at your sides. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, you're going to scoop your abdominals in. Slowly roll up onto your shoulder blades, keeping your arms heavy at your sides, and peel back down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale at the bottom. Big breath. Exhale. Really feel like you're peeling sticky tape off of the mat that reluctantly is peeling off. Rolling down through your spine as you come down. Pelvis and tail releases at the end. 1 more time like that. We're going to roll up onto the shoulder blades. Pausing here to take a breath, press the thighs out and in. We're pushing out into that resistance and back in. Dropping the shoulders back and down for 4 and 3. Good. And 2 and 1. Pushing out. Let's bring the knees back in alignment with the hips and slowly peel all the way down down, down through the spine. Good. So you can definitely do a number of those sets. If you'd like to do more, feel free to pause the video and do a few more sets of those. But because we're doing a shorter video today, we will end with that sequence there and move on to some other movements. So go ahead and bring your legs to tabletop, and we're going to rock up and down the spine. Rocking back towards the balance point, rocking up. And so for the first few of these, just go ahead and focus on the massage. It should feel good on your spine. Going up and down a few times. And then as you start to build a little bit more momentum, you can begin to pause at the shoulders, pause at the balance point behind the sitting bones. See how long you can pause, especially when you roll back to your head and shoulders. Lifting the butt and pausing at the butt. Let's do one more like that. Roll back and pause and hold. We're going to hold this one here, breathing, and start to slowly curl back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way down onto your back, and just hug the knees into your chest. You can make a couple circles here with your knees. And circle the other way. Beautiful. When you're ready, rock yourself all the way up, and we're going to come onto our hands and knees next. So from hands and knees, we're going to start by stacking the shoulders over the elbows, over the wrists. Fingers are spread wide. Tails lifted as if you're resting hot cups of tea on your spine that you don't want to spill. And from here, we're going to start to just do a tail wag side to side a couple of times. After all of that movement we did on our back, it's nice to stretch out the lower back a little bit. Side to side. Coming back to center. So here we're going to slowly drag the right leg back, the left arm forward for bird dog, and we're going to lift the arm and lift the leg. Take a deep breath there. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down, and switch sides. Dragging that left leg back, right arm forward, and lift. Good. Bring the hand down, the knee down, and slowly come back to hands and knees. Going back to that first side, right leg back, left arm reaches forward. We're going to take the arm out to the side and the leg out to the side, making a X shape and back in. Going to that X and bring it back to center. Out to the side and center. Last one, out to the side and center. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and do that on the other side. Left leg extends back and lifts. Right arm reaches forward, out to that X and back into your center. Trying to keep that leg in the same line as your hip, arm in line with your shoulder. Everything stays lifted. Let's go one more. Bring it in. Bring the hand down and bring the knee down. Exhale from here to round your spine into a cat. Stretching the back and gently lift the head, heart, and tail for cow. Push your hands into the mat. Isometrically push the hands forward as you round your back. Pull your hands to your knees as you arch. Beautiful. Come back to neutral. From here, we're going to step the right foot forward, coming into a hip flexor stretch. So we've been working on this one in the previous videos. It's common that we find the psoas storing emotions that are trapped in the body. And so be gentle with yourself as you're working with this muscle. If you want to go deeper, we're going to bring our hands onto our hips. Continue to notice what you're feeling in your body. The psoas goes all the way through the front of the body from the top of your thigh, attaches through the diaphragm all the way up to the ribs. So it's a very long muscle that signifies our center of our body. So we want to stay connected to our center as we're doing these stretches and movements to sense what we're feeling and noticing and allow the energy to move. From here, we'll start to gently shift the hips forward. Take a rotation as you twist to the left, come center, and take the weight back. If this bothers your knee, feel free to pad your knee up a little bit more. And again, we're going to shift the pelvis forward. Exhale, twist to the left and center and back. Beautiful. From there, we're going to go ahead and bring our hands down onto either side of our front foot. So we're going to move into a side position. You're going to roll over towards the side of your hip. So in this case, I'm going to mirror you. I would roll over to your right hip and then start to take your left foot towards the front of your mat. The further you take it away from your head side of the mat, then the more space you're going to feel, the less challenging it will be. So I'm going to bring it back here, so it's about in the middle of my mat. Going to push down into my foot, as well as the knife edge of my bottom leg, pressing into the right hand to lift. And now I'm in a modified side plank. So you can choose to stay here in this version of the side plank, or you can stack both of your feet and bring your arm up to the ceiling. Breathing as you're holding. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. From there, you're going to bring that bottom leg down, and we're going to work our way into a yoga pose called Gomukhasana, or cow mouse. And so we're going to stack the knees. For many folks, this is a challenging position to get into. If you have tighter hips, then I would suggest sitting up on a cushion so that your hips are higher than your knees. From there, bring your hands to your feet. Gently press into the soles of your feet and lengthen your spine. This really helps to balance out the energy lines of the body, the polarities of the body, through those channels that run through the right and left side of our body. In yoga, they're called the Ida and Pingala nadis. So bringing your thumbs to the soles of your feet, because they're crossed, helps to connect those channels in the body. From there, we're going to fold forward, bringing the heart towards your knees. So keep your spine long in this position. See if you can come out of that flexion that our spine often wants to go to. We want to go towards that fetal position, and that can sometimes feel really good. But we also want to lengthen and decompress our spine when we can, because that feels good. And that really helps us to improve our posture throughout the day by practicing that. Taking a few long, deep breaths here. Beautiful. And slowly coming out of it. From there, we're going to go into a spinal twist. So your left foot is going to stay down. Your right arm, you're going to take it, wrap it around your leg. Bring your left arm up to the sky. Elongate, take a breath. Slowly bring that arm behind you. You're going to tense your fingers behind you, lift up tall, lengthen your spine. Exhale, turn a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, rotate a little deeper. It's like you're walking up a spiral staircase. The base is at your sacrum. Top of the stairs is at the crown of your head. We want to get all the way to the top where we have those beautiful views. So see if you can really spiral into that rotation as you're at the same time maintaining the length. From there, coming around, we're going to spiral ourselves around to the front. And here's where we push into the left foot, take that right leg back, Start to sink your hips down, lift your heart, take a deep breath in. Samasana, we're going to open the mouth, stick out the tongue, and exhale. Breathe in through the nose. And stick out the tongue as you exhale. And one more time, breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Open mouth sound. Beautiful. We're going to take that right leg back. Come into a child's pose, finding a moment of rest, of stillness. When you're ready, gently coming back up. So for the camera, I'm going to turn around, but you don't need to. And we're going to do this on the other side. So you're going to come into a lunge. Breathing into the front of the hip. We're lengthening that psoas that we spoke about earlier. And allowing for anything to come up that we feel safe to allow to come up to the surface. Taking it gently as we come up to vertical position, bringing the hands to the hips, sending the pelvis a little deeper, allowing it to move forward in space, moving our bodies forward, and connecting to the earth as we sink our hips down. Bringing the hands behind the head. As you exhale, rotate. And come back to center. Exhale to rotate, sending the hips forward. And center. And again, rotate. And find center. Slowly bring your hands down to either side of your front foot, and we're going to start to make our way onto the side, coming into our modified side plank. And for some people, it's easier for them to just move over on their mat and set this up and get into this position from their side. So feel free to do that. So here I'm going to mirror you. You can be on your left hand, have your right hand on your hip. Your bottom leg is really straight. Push down into the outer edge of your foot. Lift your hips up. Staying in this position, or you can try stacking your feet. Arm can come up to the ceiling. Find your breath. Really working those armpit muscles that we talked about earlier. Beautiful. And then you can come back out of it the way you came into it by bringing your foot out in front of you like your kickstand. And then you're going to bring your knees, stacking one on top of the other, separating your feet. It can take a minute to get into this position and to really sink your hips down into the mat. As we did before, we're going to bring our thumbs to the soles of our feet. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften the heart. Bowing into ourselves. As we move deeper into the sensations that we're experiencing and feeling in our body, if at any time, just like we've been doing in our somatic movement practice, if you want to move, dance, shake, any of those movements can be great. As they naturally arise, allow them to move through you. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly come out of that position. Very good. And we're going to do a spinal twist. So all you have to do from here is plant your right foot down and hug your knee into your chest. So here we're going to hug the left arm into the leg. Bring the right arm up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Slowly bring it behind you like an outrigger. Tense your fingers to lengthen your spine. Exhale to rotate a little deeper. And again, it's like we're walking up that spiral staircase, starting from the base of the spine, moving slowly all the way up through the crown of the head. Allow that energy to move as it needs to. You can always change up the position for comfort, to modify. Honoring your body, listening to its messages. So we're going to, from there, walk ourselves back around to the front of the mat. And we're going to find our way in that lunge position again, but this time we're going to bring the hands to the inside of that left leg. See if you can still have your left knee over your ankle. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Open the mouth, really open the jaw. Inhale and exhale. Or one more breath like that. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. It really helps to release and move the energy. That could definitely be another one of your nervous system regulation practices to especially get that stuck frustration, aggression out of the body. So I'm going to show that one to you one more time. So that can be another tool in your toolbox. In these videos, we are developing these tools in our toolbox that work for us so that we can remember, oh, that one really felt good. I want to go back to that. I want to be able to use that so that when I really need it, when I'm feeling this energy rising in my body and I don't know what to do with it, maybe I want to react and I want to express it to someone in a negative way, I can then learn to listen to what my body's feeling and then express it in a healthy way, move it through me in a healthy way. So we're going to do that Simasana breath again to end. Take a comfortable seat, whether it's on your knees or sitting in a cross-legged position or even on a chair. So go ahead and take a breath in through the nose and exhale. You're going to open the mouth and allow the tongue to stretch out of your mouth. It's going to be a great release for the jaw, for the facial muscles. It's okay to look silly, to feel silly. I obviously look silly, and I encourage you to do this behind closed doors so that you can really express yourself however you need to without feeling like someone is watching you and like you have to be cautious of what you're doing. You want to allow this to express in whatever way it wants to come out. So feel free to continue that practice. Let me know how it feels, how it goes. And if you benefited from this video, if you like this video and you want more of this content, please let me know. Comment below and like and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you being here. I release these videos every Friday. And I also release a number of videos throughout the week. So check it out. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.